A commendable morning for everyone. My name is Untitled. So in today's video, I will be teaching my teaching philosophy. At the same time, I will try to answer the various aspect teaching and learning. Why do you believe your students want to learn? Describe them as a learners in any way you can. I think everyone wants to learn, not just students. It's just part of human nature to know more about your environment, as it can be helpful towards survival at one point or another in your life. And starting as little kids, we have a curiosity about everyone around us. Hence, the why questions young children tend to ask. As for your questions, I actually disagree. I think that students in school are often discouraged from really learning, but rather just memorizing facts to do well on the next test or be ready for the next discussion in class. But all in all, humans are all inclined to know more about everything because of an innate curiosity. I think so. Number two, what are your aims for teaching? What do you hope to accomplish when you teach? What do you aim to say about you as a teacher? I think every teacher has their own reasons, similar but different. My aim for my teaching that I would reshape education and bridge the gap between theory and practice. It should be to add value, dynamic, equilibrium of life skills. Children would be afraid to be create for their happiness. They can play, learn, and bloom. I would design learning environments rather imposing educations. Everything is innate in human intellect, just needs to take it out in right learning. Inhibitations is free environment. So the question number three, I will try to give and emphasize my teaching philosophy. At the same time, I will try to answer the question number three, which is, does your subject matter affect your beliefs about teaching or learning? Learning, this is a tricky question, but I think yes, or perhaps, because the student's motivation is the single greatest predictor of whether or not they are successful, because these may be their interest in the subject matter of their desire to get a degree or any certification or just get a certification. But my goal as a teacher is to use the class environment to tie the students' motivation to the class content in a way that makes the information accessible to them. And also, this means that using method that match the students' learning style and relates the material to their life experience. By doing this, teachers are able to use real world to make the subject interesting and compelling. In the case of classic literatures like English, students often have a difficult time making a connections between or a connection or correlations with a book written 100 of a year ago. But the role of a teacher is in this situation is to help or guide the students so that they are understand the universal theme that make the classicals relevant to them. To this end, I believe pragmatism is a primary characteristic of effective teaching. Number four, create a list in response to the following prompt. When I teach. So, I think when I teach, I must learn. When I teach, I must grow. When I teach, I must believe in myself. When I teach, I must love my philosophy in teaching. That's all. The last question. What do you believe about learning? How would you describe it? What are your source for your belief? Learning is life if we think it at all. If we do not learn new things, then what is the difference between a man and a stones or a dead wood lying on the roadside that everyone kicks out every now and then? The day you stop learning something new, you are a dead man, because only dead bodies do not gain knowledge. Gaining knowledge is not something of a belief. If you live, you gain it. When you hit a stone while walking, you get hurt. Next time you see a stone, you change your path to escape getting hurt again. And that is why, or that's how life works. Congratulations, you have gained a new knowledge by that. Learning is a long process. So I will give you a quotations before we end. Running away from your problem is a race that you will never succeed in life. Once again, thank you so much for your listening and watching.